Hi, my name's Andrea Novotny. This is Journal 4 for week 8. So, my strengths in section 2 is I've always had a very, very strong ability to create bonds with the families that I teach. I have, especially the last school I was at, all the schools, the parents always, if they see me outside of work, they're always just like, ugh, I love how you teach. Like, I love that you come up to me and to talk to me about my kid. I really feel like you care, and I appreciate that. So I've always been able to really make sure that the parents know how much I care. My weakness in the past was I didn't really know the difference between like religious and culture. Like to me, they just kind of came hand in hand. But taking this class, I've learned that culture has way more layers than just religion, like food and clothing. So I do plan on trying to implement that as much as possible when I can. Strength for 4. Um, when possible, I like to start off my circle time with asking the kids, hey, like, this is what we're learning this week, like that we're learning tools. And we get sit in front of the whiteboard and we start making a list of all the tools that they know, what they're called, what they do, and we start talking about what it is that they want to learn. And then I go from there. So I like to build on their knowledge. They're way more, it's way more of a stimulating topic if the children feel like they have something that they're controlling, that they're choosing to. I think it was the safety thing. Like I brought these leather gloves up to their elbows. I had goggles and I brought in a saw and a branch, and the kids got to practice using a saw, and they absolutely loved it. It was wonderful. My weakness for section 4 would be I don't know how to create my outdoor environment to be culturally appropriate. I would definitely need to have to ask a parent, hey, like, is there a certain toy that your culture likes to play with that we can start implementing outside and get a little help and get those conversations going, which I feel comfortable doing. Moving forward, and I need to learn more Spanish. I've always had enough Spanish to communicate with my students, like telling them to go outside, telling them that we're trying to, go to the bathroom, wash your hands, sit down, time to lay down for a nap, like I've always had that ability to communicate. But I could step it up. I could definitely step up my game. Is my rating still accurate? Yes, it's still accurate because of the environment I'm teaching in. I'm teaching with children that have special needs. These children most of them are autistic, and half of them are nonverbal. So right now we're just trying to focus on getting them to learn their alphabet. And I took on this teaching class because I wanted, or the aid position, because I wanted to figure out, like, do I want to do this for the rest of my life? And I think I've decided that I do. I do. Well, maybe not for the rest of my life. I want to do it for maybe like 10 more years while I have the energy. And then when I feel like I can't keep up with them anymore because some of these kids are elopers, then I'll start teaching gen ed. And I'll be able to implement. Now I have way more tools from this class to be able to implement culture and a lot of other things into the classroom, getting more parent involvement. I feel like by that time, COVID will not be ruling our lives anymore. We're going to learn, and I need to learn what I can do, however, is learn more sign language, which is something I am doing. I've learned, calm hands, sit, stand up. I'm learning a lot more in sign language, and the children are speaking a lot more in sign language too in the classrooms. Increase in my competencies without teaching religion. My competency has increased because I've learned that religion and culture aren't always tied together. Um, so that's what I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn how to teach culture without the religious aspect, because sometimes you get in sticky waters. I've worked at a Christian school, and I was like, can I teach them about Hanukkah? And the person that I asked almost was like offended. She's like, we've never done that before. And I looked at her, I was like, but Jesus was Jewish. Like, you guys have never talked about that? She's like, no. I'm like, okay. Um, Companies I would like to pursue. Um, I would like to pursue being trilingual. I want to learn more Spanish. I want to learn more ASL. Um, I want to. There was a kid that was we've only one Spanish speaking child in our program, and he was calling one of the teachers cochina, and they didn't know that he was like cursing at them, and I had to point it out. I was like, hey dude, we don't talk like that, like we can't say that. And they're like, what? That was kind of funny. So I don't know a whole lot, but I do know that cochina is a naughty word. How will I improve? Me and my girlfriend Mona have decided that we need to learn. Definitely need to enroll in some sort of like, I think it's a jib jab I've seen. We need to learn more Spanish. Her 4-year-old is like way skilled. Like, kid reads and writes and does complicated math and is 4 years old in a private school, and he's taking a Spanish class and he knows more Spanish than both of us. So we're just like, nah, man, like we got to we got to sign up for something, because we can't be having a 4-year-old speak more Spanish than me. I don't like it. Where do I feel proud? I feel proud that I have always done my absolute best to communicate with the dual language learners in my classroom using Spanish. I've had teachers be like, the parents want him here so he can learn Spanish or learn English, not Spanish. And I'm like, okay, but he needs some kind of context for him to understand what we're saying to him, without just like looking at his peers and being like, oh, well, they're doing this, I'll go try and do that too. So I've always tried, and but where I've been challenged is, I need to know more. I need to know enough Spanish to communicate with some of the parents. I've had parents where they don't speak English at all. I've had parents where they struggled a little bit, because Spanish was their first language, so they didn't have all the understanding of English. Anyways, now that it's 8 minutes, thank you. It's been a wonderful class. I really enjoyed it, and I hope to be one of your students again. Thank you. Bye.